Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! It's a lot later than that morning section. I've had such a busy day today. Hello from Simon. Guess what, Steven? It's time for a riddle. What did the cake say while cutting an onion? In tears from Simon. Oh man. I don't think that was much of a riddle as it was a dad joke. Simon, are you trying to tell me something? You've somehow become a father. I mean, congrats. But yeah, I ended up waking up stupidly late today. To the point where I almost didn't get up in time to record before I streamed. Cashew, my home's your home, Peanut. Let's talk. At home by myself, I'm happiest with a good long book and some bubble tea to drink. That is very fair. Yeah, like, I woke up initially around 8 today. Put on a video to, like, have some noise while I'm getting up, because the video I'd had on had ended, which is why I woke up. And then, as I was, you know, I basically did that, rolled over, grabbed my phone, because I've been leaving my phone on the other side of the bed, so I can have it charging at night. Zoops! Stay as long as you like. Want to chat? Have a look. There's something on my face. Wait, are you staring at my palatal tank dress? It's pretty flashy, huh? This isn't my usual style. But I was just kind of feeling it today. It's the only thing you wear! Girl, I'm gonna have to give you some clothes. Because you only ever wear that, and you say it's not your style. So, I'm gonna need to fix that. But yeah, I rolled over, grabbed my phone, unplugged it, fell back to sleep. Did not wake up until that other video had ended. Which was 3 hours later. Yeah. That was a bit of a whoopsie on my part. I'd kind of wanted to get up around 8. That's why I only put on about that long a video. But like, I like having some noise while I'm getting out of bed. So like, I'll put on another video or something as I'm getting up. And a lot of the time I'll put on music, because for whatever reason, I can't sleep well to music. I can sleep to it, just not well. So like, that's why I put on like Let's Plays and stuff, because like, the talking is seemingly what my brain wants to hear. So it's like, alright, I'll just put on some with a lot of talking. Also, I did buy my turnips today. They were just under 100 bells each. So like, a lot of the time I'll put on music, but today I put on a video with someone, like, just how it was. And then, yeah. I did not intend to sleep for that long. It just kind of happened, though. Oh, I'd never noticed that before. There's like a small echo when running through flowers against a cliff. I'd never noticed that before. That's neat. The stuff I've never heard because I've not paid any attention to the actual like sounds of this game. I'm very much a gameplay person. Like, I enjoy the sounds of a game. The sounds make a game in a lot of ways. But like, I tend to care more about gameplay, and like, I'll often end up playing games like completely muted, basically, just listening to music or something. Ah, Pinky and Snake are hanging out. Snake and me are hanging out today. Let's talk. Wow, totally make yourself at home. It's so cool you both to have both of you here at the same time. Hey, neat. You came by to visit Pinky too, Colonel. Cool. Let's chat. The other day, Pinky gave me a sports drink. It was so good, Colonel. No, I'm not just here for another sports drink. Unless you're having one. Then I am. Nah, I'm not here for a sports drink. I'm just coming in to say hi. Though I know there is somebody who I have attempted to make friends with. And I don't think it's exactly worked out terribly well. But the effort was there. Who, like, I've been playing games with on, like, Steam and stuff. That, I feel like I definitely kind of annoyed them by not buying a game that they wanted me to during the Steam sale, summer sale, basically, and it's like, man, just even looking at the game, it doesn't look like it has great gameplay, and that's what I'm thinking of. Steven, how are you, Powderpuff? One chat. The fresh air never fails to cheer me up, Powderpuff. So it's like, yeah, I could have bought it, but I don't think I would have enjoyed it, and it was still like almost $30, so it was like, Like, there is one type of strategy game I'm not the biggest fan of, and that is like 4X strategy. Basically, if you don't know what that is, think, in a way, Civilization. Like, those games. And personally, I'm just not a big fan of them because of just how long they take. Like, the one I've played the most, Sins of a Solar Empire. That game is decided about 20-30 minutes in, but will probably take you 5 to 8 hours to finish the game. Like, that's just kind of how 4X strategy games tend to work, though. Butterbean, hey, nice to see you. Let's talk. We're midway through reading love letters out loud. It's such a great book. Could imagine. And, like, I have played Civilization as well, and it feels the same sort of way. Like, in general, the game is decided long before it's actually over. And that just kind of annoys me, because it's like, well, we already know who's gonna win. Like, it's over. Go home. You know? But now you gotta play out the full, like, multi-hour long game because, well, that other person might still be able to win. They can't, but they might be able to. They get, you know, the perfect god luck and the other person stops playing the game, sure. But, like, you know. I mean, I am a commoner. You know, I kind of want a heart pin. Give me blue. I mean, I'm barging in here, like, I think, like, 4 minutes from closing. It makes sense that I would, you know, actually buy something, make it worth their time. Makes me so happy that you come all this way to see us, even on a Sunday. Know why? Just talking with you while I'm working is the best part of my day. Aww. I swear, everything Sable says is just adorable. She's such a sweet bean. But, like, I have that same issue with, like, a lot of board games where, like, things will be snowballing and you know it's over. Yet, there's still, like, 20, 30 turns left kind of thing. It's like, alright, we know it's over. Let's just stop. You win, you know? But, like, you can never be like that when you're the one in the lead. You can only be like that when you're losing. And when you're losing, you're seen as a sore loser. And if you're winning and just being like, alright, so, like, I've won. Can we just get this over with? Then it's like, well, now, like, well, they might have been able to, like, no, you couldn't. And, like, a lot of times with those games, it's not hard to tell it's over. Like, you know, here's a bit of an extreme, but a realistic example. You're playing Monopoly. 2 people have already been knocked out. They've already been bankrupted. 1 player controls basically all but, like, the railroad stations. The only spots they don't have are the railroad stations, and they're sitting on a few $1,000s. The other player has the 4 railroad stations. One of them's mortgaged, and they have, like, $20. We know it's over. Like, just because they could roll the god rolls and then maybe get super lucky on, like, a community chest and start to slowly come back, you know it's over. Just let it be over. Steven, how are you, bois? Slatus. Glad you're never too busy to check in with me. Aww. And Simon. It's real dark out. Let's stop. It's so sleepy when it's dark out. That is fair. Whoops. Sorry, KK. Unreal, like, out of sight. Thought you'd stop by, Steven. You in the mood for a tune? Let's hear it, man. Cool, cool. Any requests? I can dial up an old favorite. Or you can just tell me how you're feeling, and I'll groove on it. I'll leave it up to you. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. I'ma sit with my girls over here. Sorry, Simon and Rhonda, but these 2 have been here longer. Right on. Tune up and ready to roll. In the mood for a little KK love song. When I'm sitting next to Diva, of course. But, like, surely you've all had that moment with a board game where you're just like, it's over, can we just end it already? Like, even when you're winning. And, like, it sucks to do that when you're winning because other players may not see that it's already over. Especially in the case of, like, a game where there is hidden information. Like, you could just be sitting there and be like, alright, yeah, it's over, I win. You guys can't win because of this hidden information you don't know about. But, like, I have such a massive advantage, I win. And, like, even card games are like that. Like, it's pretty obvious in, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering, or even Pokemon. Pretty obvious when you've lost. And, like, at least with Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, losing happens pretty fast if you're gonna lose. But, like, I've had so many matches in Magic where it's like, yeah, it's over, come on, just attack me already. And my opponent will do, like, 15 more things, attack with not enough to kill me, and it's just like, why? I've got nothing. You know? Like, just end me. And, like, I do my best to not do that to people, where it's like, okay, I can win from this position, I'm just gonna. Also, I will remind people here, like, me talking over this is so I have plausible copyright claim protection. I've had copyright claims from random people over KK songs, not from, like, Nintendo. These are legit just random people. So as long as I'm talking over it, I have a plausible thing of, yeah, this is definitely transformed. I will say, this is a lovely KK song, so, like, I encourage you guys to go listen to all the KK songs. Like, honestly, if you want this without, like, me talking over it, you can probably find videos, and then just play that alongside the video you're watching, and ta-da, experience, just mute mine for the song, that it'd be perfect and work out. Yeah! Yeah, man. They give your pockets a glance. Such a brutal show. I was like, unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial my direction. No problem, man. This song always reminds me of Uncharted Waters. That is not how I was expecting this to sound. That got a little loud. Yeah, that is not how I was expecting that to sound. I kind of like that. Especially because it kind of starts very Earthboundy. And I do like me some Earthbound. Blathers! But yeah, like, eventually I might try giving, like, 4X strategy games more of a fair shake. It could just be a lot of the ones I've played are just not great, but given everyone loves Civilization, I can't help but feel maybe I just don't have the attention span for those games. I mean, I literally, mostly because I was told, no, there's no way you can do this. I literally would, when playing Sins of a Solar Empire, because it's closer to a real-time strategy than a proper 4X, but it'll still take frickin' forever. When you're given the ability to save your multiplayer game so you can come back to it later in a real-time strategy, yeah, that's a 4X game, I'm sorry. It's just how it is. But, I was basically told, no, it's impossible to win within 20 minutes. So I started making it my, like... I started making a challenge of, like, put the enemy into, at least into a state where they have effectively lost within 20 minutes. And I got pretty good at doing that within, like, 12 hours of playing the game. I did go into it being fairly fresh off the heels of low masters in StarCraft. So, like, I was pretty well up on my real-time strategy game. And I wouldn't play on the absolute largest maps. I just wouldn't. Like, and I would only do a 1v1. Like, sure, I could add in, like, 20, not 20, but like 7 AIs and play against all of them. It's like, but why? Why would I want to do that? Like, there's some games where, yeah, sure, having a bunch of AI can be a lot of fun. Trying to think of the name of it. Endless Space. That game. That can be pretty fun with a bunch of AI. But there's more to it. And, like, I've heard, can't think of the name of the game. I know it's based... It's the same developers that made the Star Trek game. I don't know why my Steam is... I don't know why my Steam is not functioning, but okay. I've been having the weirdest computer issues, and now I'm worried I'm about to blue screen. Because I blue screened yesterday. Okay, Steam Web Helper is not functioning. I'm gonna be safe and not touch that. Yeah, there's like a space game where like there's empire building and such. Stellaris, that's its name. I wanted to call it Celesta, but that wasn't its name and I knew it. Stellaris. That, I've heard, is similar to Endless Space, where you make alliances and all this stuff. But games with that are so abusable. And, like, if you're playing with other people, you're probably gonna just align yourself with those other people. You know, people don't tend to take too kindly to you, like, working against them. But, like, I can use an example from Endless Space and how that mechanic is very abusable. I, at one point, playing Endless Space, built up a massive fleet of, like, warships, carriers, all this stuff. Made an alliance with the second strongest empire, which allowed me to freely fly my ships through their space. I then flew my massive fleet to their capital system, broke the alliance, declared war on them, took their capital. They couldn't stand it. They didn't stand a chance. They couldn't fight back. I was in their capital. I took their central home world, which was where all of their production was taking place. And that meant I won. They couldn't stand up to me, because once their fleet was destroyed, they had nothing. And they were also in the midst of fighting another of the NPCs, because I had declared war on them and we were allies. Like, I basically dragged them into a war to force them to fight the third biggest other galactic empire, and then flew my fleet right into their capital, broke the alliance, took their capital. Like, those sorts of mechanics are so abusable if you have any amount of creativity. And, like, they also become a bit abusable if the game developers try to prevent that sort of gameplay by making it so that you can't travel, like, an army or a fleet through friendly, an ally's space. Well, okay, well now all I need to do is fight the enemies all around the next biggest empire and trap them. Prevent them from ever expanding while I still expand. And now we're in the same situation again. They still lose, because now they're an ally of mine. They can't travel through my space, and I own all of the space around them. A game tried that. I don't remember which game it was, but that was my solution to that problem. Like, you can't stop the player from abusing those sorts of mechanics. Now, playing against another actual person in, say, Endless Space, that other player would have seen my fleet coming. Endless Space is turn-based. They would have seen my fleet coming towards their capital. And they could have chose at any moment to break the alliance and try to ambush my fleet that's obviously heading for their capital. But at that point, I just need to give myself some plausible deniability of why I might be going that way. Pick an enemy on the other side of them to declare war on. Well, I'm making my way to that spot. Getting through your capital's just the quickest way through. Now, like, this was NPCs, so also it's another case of, like, ooh, big fish. It is a case of I was definitely doing things a bit more optimally for my game plan than the NPCs were doing it. Because the Endless Space NPCs are a little generic. They try to do too much, is basically the problem. Like, they will, like, basically with Endless Space you have, like, 4 research trees. Weaponry, agriculture, sciences, and engineering. And, well, no, just sciences. It's like space exploration, terraforming, that sort of stuff. You research bigger ships through weaponry. You research better agriculture for keeping your population happy through the agricultural side. Engineering side helps you build things faster and maintain your planets better. And the NPCs will generalize. They'll go for a little bit of everything, because you would, right? Like, sure, you want a powerful fleet, but you also want, your people fed. And, maybe you want to build things faster. Yeah, if you just focus into one of those trees, you'll be a lot better off. Because, like, they're all a win condition. And what I mean by that is there is a research node at the end of every single one of these lines that basically says, if you research this, you win. So, you focus a line, you win. And in general, your people, say if you ignore agriculture, your people aren't going to be happy but they're not going to be discontent either as long as you don't horribly overpopulate planets. As long as you keep populations in check, they'll be content. Give them a good, a good solar system leader. They'll be fine. A lot of the NPCs you can hire on to be, like, the administrator of a solar system tend to give a lot of bonuses to, like, agriculture, building speed, and, like, down the sciences line. Here's an example of why you may not even care about, say, industrial and building speed. Down the sciences line, there's quite a few things to allow you to convert your science points into engineering points. So the general thing is, you need ships. Everyone needs a bit of the weaponry. It's the only one that doesn't have an explicit you win the game button. So you basically bounce back and forth between researching through science to science faster and researching weaponry and ships. If you do that, you will probably be the one, you'll definitely outpace the NPCs on getting bigger ships, better weapons, better defensive systems. And like, the NPCs will adapt to what you're doing, but they will only adapt to it after they've encountered it. So like, if you're building a fleet of entirely missile weapons, and then you throw that at an NPC, the next time you encounter that NPC's ships, assuming they're new ships, they'll probably have a lot of missile defenses. So if the next fleet you throw at them doesn't have missiles at all, those NPCs just gave up a lot of their other defenses for missiles, and you've got none. You've just swapped to lasers. Well, now the next time you meet them, well, they'll still have a bit of missile defense and a lot of laser. So now you're firing projectiles at them instead. Yeah, it makes you stay on your toes building new fleets, but you can literally force them into having subpar everything by just attacking them with different fleets. And these fleets don't have to be successful. Like, you could have 5 to 10 of the smallest ship loaded up with nothing but weapons. Throw it at one of their capital fleets, and they will still start adapting their defenses, because you just threw a fleet comprised of nothing but missile ships against them. There is a bug with the original Endless Space that is also kind of abusable. You can build carriers, and for whatever reason, carrier fighters and fighter bombers and stuff don't count towards the fleet's combat strength, because they're not counted as a weapon. So you can literally build out your fleet with nothing but carriers. Your combat strength will read 0, but when in reality it's like a few thousand. And the NPCs will just keep throwing their fleets into the meat grinder even when they can't win. They won't run because the NPC sees it as, well, that's a 0 power fleet. That's an easy win. I literally at one point saw an NPC throw a colony ship at my fleet because it thought it could win. Giant trevally, and pretty well traveled. That looks like it's trying to be a person. But I guess we have a thing to donate to Blathers. So I guess I'm gonna go do that really quick. I am really worried about turning off my webcam. I'm pretty confident my computer issues are tied to this webcam. And I know that's gonna sound dumb, but like, I've had this happen with webcams before, and I'm honestly curious if any of you guys have ever experienced this kind of thing. Where if you leave a webcam plugged in, even if you're not using it, just leaving it plugged in seems to cause instability on your computer. It honestly has me feeling like maybe I should just be unplugging my webcam when I'm done with it. And laptop webcams never have this problem. It's only desktop ones. And I figured I'd be fine with this one, because it's Microsoft. It's literally the same guys making my operating system. One would think this would work well, but it's so weird. I don't like it. Might there be something which I can assist you? I have a donation. Marvelous. What would you like to donate? I have this man. I got this Trevor. Ooh. This is undoubtedly a giant trevally. Now, might I interest you in a few fascinating facts about your giant trevally? Yeah, please tell me. Wonderful. I'd love nothing more. The giant trevally, as befits its name, can reach 6 feet in length and 180 pounds. Its size and strength have made it a favored opponent for anglers since time immemorial. They are also ingenious hunters, sometimes taking advantage of other predators to distract their prey. There have even been documented cases of them attacking birds. And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? Rest assured, all donations are displayed in a timely manner. You have my gratitude. Thanks, Blads. You know, with how many fish attack birds, eat birds, why are you not afraid of fish? Very few bugs attack birds. You don't want to hear it, do you? You know, I get that. I get it. No, I get it, Blathers. I do. I get it. You want to eat the fish. I know that. I kind of miss Blathers telling you various ways to cook the fish you give him. That was always very amusing. Endless Space is also, just thinking of that game still, that's one of those games that part of me wants to try doing for the channel at some point. And this is a legitimate, I don't think it would be a good fit, just because, like, it's not the most engaging game to watch. And it doesn't really have a storyline. So, like, yeah, I don't think it would work out terribly well. But now that Steam has made me very concerned over the state of my computer at the moment, I am going to end this episode off here. I was going to keep rambling until Steam decided to do whatever it's doing, and I'm worried that my computer's going to crash, and I don't want it to crash while I'm recording. So with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then! And now on this end card, I'd like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch!